Recording in progress.
would basically be, we're just gonna call them by their non-E flat names because it's easier. But B flat minor, right?
Yeah.
And then G major, and then A major.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically let me play the yeah, that tempo even, and that's about the part. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come up with like alternate versions of that because I ended up just playing like the same thing through most of the thing and it's kind of boring.
Okay.
So I've got that basically. Later on I've got a little bit more of a fancy pattern, but it's in like a bridge section. But
Is the third chord two like? Is it like 2 beats for one? 2 beats for this one, and then this one gets 4 beats.
yeah.
Okay, so you can do inversions. You could go.
So pretty much it just goes.
Okay. You could change inversions, or you could do.
Right. I sort of kind of maybe thought about doing that where it was like there instead.
Okay. So you can think about the bass note, and you could do this one, and this one could be, and then this one could be this one. Do you like that? So I kept the B like this. And then I went to the G and I did an inversion of the G. You thinking of doing something like that or not? Or do you want to change a chord?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get away from writing
the same thing over and over.
The same three.
And then you keep on doing that forever and ever.
Get to the chorus and it kind of doesn't change.
So I would change. I would. You could probably whatever melody you're writing, you could just change the first chord and then go back.
See, because later on the bridge, I got this word.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like that, but I'm trying to save all that movement for that part, and not, like somewhere in between that. Where
you want something in between it.
Yeah, where it's not just the same 3 fucking chords for the rest of the song, but
you can keep a pedal on the first chord.
Starting out with this is fine, but then I just feel like it ends up it's like a conversation where you end up just saying the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, rather than having it gets halfway through your thought, but then it just keeps circling back. Rather than da 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 and then da da, you know.
Yes.
No finish of the response.
Oh wait, maybe you want something on the fourth time. You do. That's what you want. That's what you're talking about, right? So here's the second time, and then the third time, and
then. See, I kind of did that.
You kind of did that, huh?
Yeah, so like. But like I said, verses are correct. So it's like. And like basically I'm just picking the melody stuff is kind of just using all of those notes right there. You know?
Well, here,
So-
why don't you play what you got so far?
Okay.
You just perform it and play it. Yeah.
Kind of like that.
That's
I just
great.
like
You
it.
want something different that fourth time, right?
Yeah, I just felt because eventually it does go to.
That's great too.
And then loops back around to there. I think my problem is my ear gets bored.
Yeah,
just
your ear
listening
gets
to
bored.
too much. It's like because it's like it's not that I'm not doing anything. It's more like I feel like I'm writing these 3 chords for like 80% of the time, and then other stuff happens only like 15, 20%.
So you
I'd
could.
like to come up with more.
So here's a couple options. You can go. So you're doing 3 of these. This is how you are playing it, right? All right, I got it. Now you can change this chord. And then back. And then maybe add that at the end and then just...
Yeah, I think. So you said it was the 4th time. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably more like I want something in the 2nd time or something.
All right, so
Or
let's
it could more evolve as it goes through.
let's try that.
You know
Let's
what I mean?
try the second time. Well, that's just an easy. When you change the first chord to relative major.
Right.
If you don't like that,
So. Like that.
yeah. So it would just be alternating those two.
So.
That's a little boring.
A little bit, yeah.
But this chord's not boring, but going back to that. So maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking for more, because this song is supposed to be really emotional and stuff, so it's like, I want to find a few more chords that can slot in there to really kind of pull that in more.
Now what I just played I liked.
Okay.
I went to G to A. And then back to and then maybe this at the
Yeah, eventually it always goes to.
That's really good the fourth time. And that'll
the
go
fourth,
into
right.
your B section pretty good, I think.
Or sometimes it even that part like that's the fourth time, but then I'll add a second kind of repeat. So a lot of times I'll go. You know, like that or something.
That's great. But anyway, the first part is still.
Yeah,
not-
so.
to try something else?
I think, yeah, that's a good. It's an idea. I'm pinning it in my head of like. Maybe,
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you already made it really, it's already more interesting because the
Because it
second
goes so
round
far,
is
right?
this. And then you could repeat it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or the fourth time it could be that other thing that I was doing. And then maybe you could do that passing tone into it. So 4 times it would be like this. I mean, you know, that's something like you have to play it over and over until you really decide that you like it.
No,
Right?
I actually do. I actually do like going to like you doing that. Or,
You like that. You don't like that.
I'm not sure if it follows the melody as well.
Okay.
But,
You want to sing to this?
um,
Here, I'll play and... Or no,
Yeah,
no,
sure.
it's all right.
It's kind of easier. Kind of easier. My bad. Sorry.
Okay, let's start together, and I won't listen to you. You'll just be able to play to me and tell me if you like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it work?
Yeah. I'm
Or-
feeling it. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah. Because like there's a string part going over it that goes like that.
Sweet. Those all work with these chords.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can elaborate a little. You could do an inversion. You could. This one could be. The first one is this. Okay, now you're doing the same chords except inversions.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, so let me tell you what I did. I did D and A, but I made A into the first inversion A, which is this. So here's A, and then the third is the bottom note, and this is how I'm fingering it. I got my C sharp, and then I got my got to use all 4 fingers there. Okay, this is another way you can play that chord is this way. You can use the bar, and you can use the bar on your D, G, and yeah. So here's the 2 ways you can play this.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, that sounds really interesting then. So glad you like it. So you can go like this, and then
Honestly,
Great, man. See, it's just working with inversions.
Right, yeah.
And now this fourth measure. Do we like this fourth round? Or is that too boring?
No, that's perfectly
That's-
fine because it just rides that.
That's
note
the answer.
flawlessly. Yeah, right.
You were asking these 3 questions,
Right.
and then you kind of concluded it with some
Right.
type of answer with those.
And I'm okay looping that entire phrase a number of times. It was just that, getting those same 3 chords and then getting the answer and then the same 3 chords and then the answer.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
it just wasn't working.
Right. Anything else you want to work on with this?
Yeah, so there's another part where it goes. Like that.
That's a pretty cool melody.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rhythm is that you're doing.
So just one, dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's great. Two, three, four. That wasn't exactly what you sang.
It's close enough.
Oh, here's a good chord progression of that. Let me try to think. I'll do a couple comping things. Nah.
Here, actually, let's go ahead and fix that because there is one tone that's gonna.
Oh, I like. I'm sorry, what's that?
Let's go ahead and fix that real quick, actually, because there is one tone that's gonna need to match up to it.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's what I missed. I missed the 4 note. Okay, here I go again. All right, that's the first one, and now play the second one so I get.
yeah.
And then you're doing something.
And then it goes,
Is that a loop though? Is that a loop though?
yeah,
If I go.
it can be.
Let me
It's-
try it. Let me.
It just jumps back up to it like the octave instead.
All right, let me play this
But close.
and see if I'm right. 2, 3, 4. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, let's figure out some cool chords.
Yeah.
That doesn't work too well with the. So. That works really well.
Yeah.
That doesn't work very well, but the first part sounded good, sounded great. I went to the D and then the F sharp, the 5 chord minor, the F sharp minor. Yeah, so let's.
Which I think in my version of this that I have been playing with these two, but I think there's a couple of spots where I felt like the melody was rubbing up against what I was trying to do. So
Nice. So I'm hearing this. So I'll keep those 3 chords. Now I want to go to G.
yeah, 'cause the mood of this part is a lot more like dark and haunting compared to the rest of it because it's the fade out outro.
You want to be darker?
Yeah, kind of like very very haunting sounding versus the rest of the song's a little bit more like pretty and and sad and stuff, and then this one's kind of like,
So maybe.
you know.
Let me try some. That's still too bright, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. I like going there. I think that's a good move.
Instead of going to D to that, you could go to G.
G sounds good too.
Okay, so G. And then the next chord. Is that pretty good?
Yeah, I felt like this line.
That part.
sounds.
That part's the next chord. Oh, really? All right. So let's try to put E on the end of this progression. So we got this one. There we got. Now we need to figure out something. That's pretty dark. That's simple, but it's
It
effective.
could work. Yeah. I don't care how simple it is. I just want it to be effective.
That's simple, but very effective. As far as dark. G. Okay, now hang.
From
What?
the G, is there another one we could slide?
Yeah, let's try another one. I'm gonna play around.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, maybe that. 6 to the 5. That don't work. The 7 chord is out.
Yeah.
Let's get jazzy. Nope. I'm fucking around.
It's all good.
Okay, check this one out. Is that interesting or not? We don't want to go to the relative major.
No, I want to avoid that.
Here comes the relative major. Ah,
See, it sounds. The moment it sounds happy at this point is not where the song's going. Yeah.
hey, now, ooh, going in the Phrygian mode. Check this out.
Yeah, sure.
This is gonna be weird. This is gonna be interesting. It did not work.
I know. So this has basically been what I've been doing with this song. Is it's like I understand the inversions and I understand, but then I get a lot of my songs. I end up with this thing where I've tried 50 different things, and then I just like
There's the right chord. We just need that. We love every chord except for that
uh-huh.
this one chord. So we can do a couple options here. I really like the G. I'm thinking of maybe an inversion of that. See if you like this.
Right.
Because we do the G there. And
I
now
mean, that's starting perfect. 'Cause, like, I 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 mean, that's starting perfect. '
not good either, huh? You really want to go down to this.
It really likes being an E flat for that last line.
I know, I'm calling it an E because I'm thinking of the guitar, but yeah, E
Yeah,
flat.
same difference, you know. It's that
You want to save that E for the end.
Yes.
You want to go to the D. Huh?
I kind of like that.
Okay, so that's just an inversion. That's just a chord voicing that makes it sound differently.
Right, yeah.
That's just a chord. That's just an inversion of G. You ever played this voicing? So this is where you got this on top, and then you got to use your bird finger to play the bass. And the skin of your bird finger is going to muffle A string. So it sounds good on the bass because the bass will go.
Right.
While you're doing this chord. Here, let's hear it. Here's the other inversion.
I'm actually liking that.
You're liking that a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember you can play it here, and then you can play it here, which I showed you this voicing
Right, yeah, exactly.
on that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I also like that version of it more because I want this to be an easy strum and play kind of song too. So, like,
Okay, good.
That's in the back of my head. I don't want to have to make somebody else playing it or myself have to kind of do this shit.
Yeah, it needs to be simple. You don't want to move around.
Yeah. Kind of the ergonomics of it.
All right. Did I help you?
Quite a bit, yes. Thank you.
Excellent,
I think
dude.
again, like I said, most of the time it's just that I arrive at a choice paralysis where I feel like, where I have like too many options.
Yeah.
It helps to have somebody else be like, "Hey, here, what about this?" And I'm like, "Oh, duh."
Cool, man. So we made it more interesting, and we used inversions most of the time, like Elton John.
Elton John.
Nice. Good. All right. Okay, so then we're done helping you with your
Sure.
with your tune.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
That should be plenty. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So the rest of my lesson, I just wrote out some more chord voicings.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So I wrote some for autumn for Spain. I did that Spain solo section again.
Okay.
And then I did an autumn leaves comping jazz chord progression too. Once again, I'm sorry about that arpeggio thing. Were you able to work with that at all?
No.
Not
really.
yet.
I've,
Been too busy.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
No problem. I understand.
Wife sickness and all that stuff.
Right. So
Dude, her friends just got together and gave her an envelope with fucking $1,300 in it. That was crazy.
she did what?
Her friends, she came home earlier, and she's like, my friends got together and gave me this, and she handed me a envelope full of fucking $1,300. like, what?
Well, that is sure sweet of
I
them.
know. They really like her, I guess.
That's really nice.
But,
Wow.
that was great. That just was a weird way to wake up, that's all.
Uh-huh. That's awesome.
Anyway, yeah, lots of shit going on lately.
Right. From the past 2 weeks, I remember I showed you that Autumn Leaves chord thing. Were you able to work on that a little bit?
I remember it a little bit, yeah.
Okay. So good. So let's just run through these chord progressions and have some fun, because these would be good just to run through, and then you can retain new voicings and stuff when you write your own music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so share screen, share. Here's my stinking blue screen. Gotta change colors sometime soon.
you make a comment about that every time. And then you don't change it.
And then I don't change it. No.
It's really funny.
Yeah. Pretty typical here with my old computer. All right, so the other voicing was down here. We were doing stuff down here. So now let's go up and let's play some high voicings. The first one is going to be this one. I'll just play through it so you can hear it up to the repeat. And then this one only gets 2 measures, and then A7 gets 2 measures, and then the D. And then yeah, okay, now let's go through them really quick. And I will label that one G major 7. All right. So the first one is up here. Yeah, on the 10th fret.
Yep.
And now you're just going to move down and you're going to play. That's simple enough.
Yep.
All right. And then you're going to move down 2 frets. Good. And now you can play the A7. Good. Yeah, good. The A7. And now on the same fret, you can resolve it to the D major 7. So it's like going from the 5 chord, 5/7 chord to the D one, all on the same fret. All right.
Gotcha.
Now I'll send this. The version I'll send to you will have the next one labeled. So now you're going to go back up to the first chord we played. The G major 7. Okay, now think of this one. You're going to go down a tritone with the bass note. And now you're going to play. So now you're going to do this one, which is actually what you just played right here on the 5th fret.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now this is another 5 to, or this is a 2 chord to the 5 chord. Now on the same fret. So it's right there on the same fret. Now fix that one because you got to the bottom notes. Look at these bottom notes right on your G string. Make sure that that's on the 10th fret to make that major 3rd.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Where your pinky is fingering, you can lift that one, and you'll get the 5 on the B string instead of the 7. Yeah. And then on the same fret is the F. All right, now all you have to do is go down to the 7th fret for the next 2 chords. The good old Santana chord, and now on the G. And then back to, then you're gonna repeat. So, now let's get, so that's the first one. Now let's get jazzy. Let's get jazzy now. So, on the same fret as this, you're going to change it to this. And that is right here. This is the G triangle, which means major, 9. Get used to this voicing. It sounds really great. Oh. And then your pinky on your G string. Okay, now what's going to be cool is when you tie it to the next chord, which is going to be this. The top note is going to stay the same. And then the next one is the Hendrix chord. So you have to change fingerings. But your bottom 2 fingers don't have to change fingerings. They're just shifting down. It's your pinky and your
Right.
Those are great, just vamping between those 2. Those are cool. All right, so the next one will be a known chord, which is E minor 7. Yeah. Which you have a pinky that, so now you can do this. Now you can do the soul stuff. Sweet. Okay, so the next chord is going to be an inversion chord. The next chord is an inversion. It sounds like this. So, this E is staying on the bottom of the E minor 7 and the A7 chord. So it's an A7 with second inversion because the 5th is on the bottom. Okay, so the next chord, you tie these 3 chords together and you hear what the cadence sounds like. So the next one is this one. The D major 7. So going back to the E major 7, the E minor 7, here's your 2-5 progression that sounds all linked together. Cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, now going from there, same fret. And then G major 7. All right. And now here's your bass note on the D string. So you're going to go down a tritone. And you're going to play a dominant chord. So this is the C sharp 7. So go. All right, now you're gonna keep the same bass note, and now you're gonna do that second inversion again.
Same thing, yeah.
now you're gonna have to change one note to third. B7. Let me play this really quick so you can hear the whole progression. That's great to put in a loop pedal.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Any questions? Yeah. Is that helpful? Doing
Yeah,
these?
sure.
Cool, man. All right. So the next.
I remember a few of those, but yeah.
Okay, good. Good. All right.
It's just drilling them into this thick skull of mine here.
Drill. Yes. Yes. Playing these chords and drilling them into your.
I mean, I want to be clear. It has like all these chord studies have helped some. Like there's been jams with other people and stuff where I've just been like, oh, fucking, I know that chord. There we go.
There you go. Good.
Like, it's just,
Good, man.
Like I said, I just gotta keep practicing.
Let me explain a little bit of the theory behind this. So, Chick wrote this song in B minor, right? And so, with that, you can just play non-jazz chords. You can go to the G, to the F. So you got the 6th chord, then you got the 5 chord, right? So that's what but he starts out with that. So he's going 6th chord, and then, and instead of going to B, he's gonna go on to some other place. He's gonna. So this is the 4 chord of B, but check it out. He turns it into a 2-5-1 progression by going 5 and now. All right, and then he went back to the G, the one that's unlabeled. This is the key thing. When he went to the D major 7, he went to the relative major. So here's B minor, and then D major. The relative, the 2 related chords, the 2 important chords of different keys. And now, and then to finish off this progression, he went to the 2 chord. But check it out. If you're in B minor, and usually, and many times in the diatonic rule book, this is the 2 chord is this one, right?
Yeah.
It's the flat 5 minor 7 chord. But you can alternate that. So he made it into a dominant. So he had 2 options. He could have made it this one. Could have made it just a minor 7. Or he could have made it the minor 7 with the flat 5. Or he could have made it into this one. So he had 3 options. Did I say 2? 3 options for that 2 chord. And then that's the 2 chord of B, so he's in B. And then back to B minor. And then he did a B7 because he knew he was going to turn around back to this, so it sounded good. And usually when they do that, they turn around to the 4 chord. But going to the 6 chord is fine. All right. Hope that didn't go over your head too much.
Oh, it's fine, man.
Let's go to Autumn Leaves, man. So these are just good chords to comp and get used to like this. these are all low voicings at the bottom of your guitar.
Sure. Yeah.
So the first one will be one, and I pretty much kept. What I'm doing is I'm doing common chords, and then I'm introducing new voicings to you that you can get used to.
Yeah. Cool.
So the first one is A minor 7, and then now you're in this finger position to where you could raise your second finger. Let's stay on the D7 for a minute, because you could raise your first finger and make it into a D7 flat 9. If you made it into a normal 9, it'd sound like this. Flat 9. So that's the cool thing, is if you're in a good fingering position where things are easy, you can discover that stuff. Yeah. So back to A minor 7, and then D7. Okay, now this next one, we're gonna keep that same bass note, and this is the second inversion of G7, G major 7, and it sounds like this. Now this one's a little hard to get used to, because you're fingering that with these fingers, and then
especially if I borrow these.
yeah, and so this is what I do to make these easy. I take my bird finger and I press down on the A and the D string. I stick my finger. That takes a little bit time to get used to. Sure makes it. It makes it.
Funny, as soon as you, like while you were explaining it, I was like, oh hey. There
You got it right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, the next one. So there's your second inversion of G. You got the 5 on the bottom, and there's the root. All right, moving on. Here's the C7. Very common. You got that one. Okay, this next one's going to be common. Move down a tritone again. You're going. Okay, so this one, just worry about the bottom notes. It's a low voicing of the 2 chord, but there we got it. All right, and then here is that. There is the actual flat 9 chord. Right there on your 2nd fret. So you got, this is the key. The key notes are the root, the 3, and the 7. And now, and then this chord, this finger can bar. So if you only play here, now go down one fret. There you go. So you went from the flat 5 chord, like that. And then you're going to resolve it with a low E. Nice. All right, moving on. Moving on, you got F flat 5. Now on the same fret, you're going to go to the 5 chord. On the same fret. Okay, now we're going to change some stuff up. Now we're going to slide up, and you're going to play this 9 chord, which is a great chord. Great voicing. So this one That first one you played, you can do that one too. You're playing the third, the minor third, and then you lower that. You got the 9 one. All right, good. And then you can change it up with the. You could go. And then the E minor 7 that I wrote afterwards is just for the next measure. Because we're just doing a measure of each. And now, that's a F sharp, I mean. So back to E minor 7. Oh, which I just remembered, we're in E flat. So
Yeah, it's. I mean, we can keep talking about.
so when you when you practice these, you're gonna have to make sure you're in E flat. Sorry about that.
I'll just tune up to the right.
Shit, I forgot about that.
It's
Damn.
fine. Like eventually, you just get used to being like, yeah, this is E, even when it's in D.
All right. So the next chord is A minor, and I meant A minor 7. Wrote that. Okay, so the next one is. This is going to be. This going from the A minor to the D7 to the G major 7 is all on the same fret. So here's A minor 7, and then D7. And then, so think of your bass notes. You got your 2, and then the last one is nice, huh? It's all on the same fret.
That's cool. I like low effort. It's great.
Yeah, that's little. Me too, man. All right, and then in the next one, you're going to go down 1 fret. And you're going to play the F. You're going to play the F half diminished 7, which is actually the same notes as what I showed you up above. So, but it's on your higher string set. So here's a great exercise. You alternate between those two. It's kind of like a bossa nova version of Purple Haze. Let's resolve this. Now this is the really cool voicing. This is the Prince voicing where he goes.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen it.
And now, but the key one is on the G string. You're going to lower that 9 to a flat 9. It's going to sound like this. And this is a hard one to get used to because of that space between your third finger and your second finger. So here it is.
Okay.
These notes are on the bottom, and then. Yes. Wait, I'm hearing. How am I hearing that? That's weird. Okay, so take the bottom note, and that is up here on your.
Oh, whoops.
Yes.
I imagined a space where there was none.
All right, good. Now let's analyze this chord, because what you're doing is you're playing the root up on top, and then you're playing the third, and then the third one is a flat 9. Now if you raise that, you get a happy 9. You get the normal 9. So normal 9 and flat 9. The normal 9 is great for funk. The bass player going, you know.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Nice. come back to the flat 9. That's quite an exercise, just doing that forever. All right, so now, these are the 4 chords that only get 2 beats each, and this is going to be simplified because this is going to be pretty easy. You're doing this chord voicing, and then you're doing the Hendrix voicing down chromatically, and then you're going back to the minor 7 voicing, and then back to the Hendrix, so you're alternating. So you're going. And finally resolving on this. So here, start on the E minor 7. Good. And now go down a half step and do the Hendrix. The Hendrix is the 7, yeah. And now go to D and go back to the minor 7. And then back. Yeah, good. And then back to the next. Excellent. And then at the end here, we are at. We finally come down to the 6th chord. And then we play. And I labeled that wrong, so I'm going to have to fix that. That is not a B minor 7. That is a B7. There I go. And now, and then you resolve it with the last chord. Right. So check it. I'm gonna play this after the 2 repeats. I'll play this really quick so you can hear the whole thing. So you're being a comp guitarist.
Oh yeah.
I fucked up on one of those chords, but I faked it.
It's okay.
I'm good at faking shit.
That's part of jazz, right? That's what they say anyway. That's definitely what my version of jazz was for some.
Just fake it, yeah.
They don't fucking know better. Who cares?
You got a piano player. All you have to, if a piano player is playing all the jazz chords, all you have to do is go.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're good to go.
Yeah, man. Just play the rhythm.
Go ahead and smoke that fatty before the gig, man.
Who cares? You'll definitely get hired again.
I used to make sure that I used to smoke weed before every rehearsal at school.
Really?
Yes.